Alright. Ready? We'll start again from the 2 lines from the bottom. Fill in just a few points there. We spoke about Pnimi from various angles. And then at the end, Pnimi are the midos. That midos have a quality of Pnimi, in the sense that they are nitfas, that they are grasped fully by the union of this midah. But this is all in some kind of a definitive aspect of Pnimi. Avo, by the end of the second line from the bottom. Avo, but ba'amitas inyan Pnimi b'makiv. When you focus in on the true inyan of Pnimi b'makiv. What does true inyan of Pnimi b'makiv mean? In other words, Pnimi b'makiv not in terms of the effect, but in terms of the essential reality. This is an important emphasis, and we point it out all the time. It has to be remembered, and it has to be understood that all our faculties are not reactions to external stimuli, so to speak, to external effects. For example, one gets angry. He says, something annoyed me, so I got angry. So the annoyance is what made me angry. It is not correct. Anger is a quality in the person. Annoyance may bring it out, but the quality of that attitude, of that feel, that midot, is an internal thing in the person. And the same thing is in all other yonim. What is that? Where does this come from? This is part of the nefesh that the REBBE created. The REBBE created a nefesh with all 10 koiches and all ramifications of the koiches. And this is where there is, so to speak, the true aspect of the various qualities in the person. The true means as it is meant to, as it was created by the Creator. Where their source is in the will of the Creator rather than in the effect of experience. So thus, in the true inyan of Pnimi b'makiv, harei ha-mochin he b'bchinas Pnimi b'etzem. Here the mochin are in a b'china of Pnimi b'etzem. Again, this is where the word b'etzem comes in. In essence, not by reaction, by effect, but in essence what mochin is. Definition of mochin is Pnimi. And as we discussed, mochin, their primary function is to identify the truth, the true content of any subject. That is the essence of mochin. V'hamidos, and midos are not b'bchinas Pnimi b'etzem. Very simple. Mochin is Pnimi b'etzem, and midos are not b'bchinas Pnimi b'etzem. They are not pnimi in essence, even though they have pnimi reactions, pnimi qualities, such as they are very much imbued and involved in what they react to. But that's not an essential element, an essence. Why mochin is boil yil, mochin is boil kama. Later on, this is going to discuss. Okay. So what does it say on the next page? Proof you. Sheha midot hein bechinas ratzon b'shosh. Furthermore, it was here discussed and explained that the midot b'shorshon at their root point, they are the bechina of ratzon. Ratzon means will. So let us discuss now how does this come into this discussion. Will is, so to speak, a self-creating attitude. Will is a source in the person himself, in the nefesh itself. I want. Will does not discern, is not created by discerning the circumstance and the situation and understanding what its ramifications are. Will is something which is the very essence of the soul. It comes from inside the soul. So since this is ratzon, now it's ratzon is something which is superimposed at the situation. Therefore, its relationship to the situation itself is superimposed. It's makif. It's not pnimi at all. It is not discerning and recognizing what the situation is. It is simply imposing itself on the situation. That's my trust. So in essence, midot are altogether oblivious to the situation. Rather, they impose themselves on the situation. Rak except Shalidei ha-mochin, by the effect of mochin, nasim bebchinas pnimish. They be midos become bebchinas pnimish. The mochin contain and control the midos, and the effect in the midos and a bechina of pnim. Do not go and just superimpose your attitude, but make sense of it and oppose it when it belongs, when it's appropriate. So the hamoichin, the midas become bebchinas pnimi, but on their own it will be just plain ratzon. And that, therefore, now coming back to the general concept, the topic over here, and being that, that the ultimate intent, the divine intent is that there should be the bechina, the aspect of oy pnimi, an oir that is recognizing the actual situation. Not to impose oneself upon it, but to relate to it. Bechinas oipnimi. That's the kavanah. The divine kavanah is that there should be bechinas oipnimi. again, to give us an extremely simple demonstration, point of this union. That the Vaikabon is that there should be Bechinas Epnimi. There's a din that soldiers going to face an enemy, going to face to war, they have the right to walk through plowed and even planted fields. They take the best route for that serves them, disregarding the consequences on private ownership. We needn't go aliyah l'regel, which is a tremendous mitzvah. The Yidden came by the thousands and tens of thousands from all around Eretz Yisrael to be in Yerushalayim by aliyah l'regel Yom Tov, when they had it 3 times a year. And it was done in tremendous, a very impressive thing. Everybody used to get together and so forth, but they were definitely careful not to infringe on the neighbors' rights. They did not give them a license just to step all over the place. Yes, you have to do the mitzvah, but you have to recognize how you do it and what the circumstances. That's when Bechinas Epnimi. You may be very, 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 very excited about the mitzvah, but you have to also relate to the situation. This is when the midas are affected by the mochin, that there should be Bechinas Epnimi. And this is the kavanah. The ultimate intent is that the things in the world should be Bechinas Epnimi. Okay, at the end of the second line. Thus, according to this, the principle that we say, what the Pardes says, he's explaining the Pardes statement, that according to our explanation, it means that the opinion that the Chochmah Bina is on Tzerich HaElomis, Hainu, that means Bishvil HaMidos. It is in order to affect the Midos, that the Midos should be in Epnimi. He does not, we have not yet identified and explained how Chochmah Bina itself is Chochmah Bina per se, not their effect on Midas. Right now we explained how Chochmah Bina is because of the effect on Midas. So this is not the essence of Chochmah Bina. The essence of Chochmah Bina is into itself. Umehapares mashma, this is 4 lines from the top. Umehapares mashma, from the Pardes, it seems to be implied the Chochmah Bina atzman hein letzerich ha'elamis. The Chochmah Bina themselves are for world sake, for the sake of the world, not just their effect on Midas. But we have concluded prior to this discussion that Chochmah Bina is an entity unto itself. Therefore, since after we attempted to explain the meaning of Chochmah Bina, how it pertains to world in terms of its effect on Midas, and we found out that this does not satisfy the explanation for the Pardes statement. For the Pardes, it seems to be the Chochmah Bina themselves in essence are the Tzerich HaElomis, not just by their effect on the Midas. Therefore, it has to be explained as follows. Hine Yodua, for it is known the Yin Ho-Atzilus, that the whole phenomenon of Atzilus. We know that there is 4 worlds: Atzilut, Bri, Yitzir, Asiyah. Atzilus is a world, but it is what's called a godly world, a world at the godly level. And what was the function? What was the creation of Atzilus intended for? Let me just give it a little bit of a handle. We talk about Brio, and then further down, Brio, Tzira, Asiyah, the creation of the other worlds. Creation of other worlds is not a question why were they created. Rebbe wanted to create worlds. Worlds are the created worlds. Atzilus is a kind of an oddity, because Atzilus is a world in the sense that it has 10 spheres in the Tzoris Bekelim, but in essence it is godly. There's no worldly qualities to it. It is godly through and through. And the spheres of Atzilus are totally imbued and experiencing godliness only, not worldliness. There is no worldly pursuit in Atzilus. So therefore, what is the union of Atzilus? Why was Atzilus brought in the first place? It is known, he says, that the union of Atzilus is who? It is Sheyiyeh Gilu Yalakus Bo'elom. It is to enable and to facilitate, bring about that there should be Gilu Yalakus in world. This is a kind of a so to speak, of an oddity and a breakthrough. World and Alakus are very, very distant and very, very different. World is a creation, Alakus is a creator. Alakus is completely representing that which is above world, and world is representing that which is within world. If this is not clear, please tell me. Because we shot it so many times, I don't think I need to go any further with this. So therefore, if not for Atzilus, there would not be Gilu Elokus, there would not Gilu godly cognizance in the world. Atzilus lehoyo his galus Elokus klal. If not for Atzilus, there would not be his galus Elokus. His galus means the expression and revealing a relation of Elokus at all. Revelation of Elokus means it reveals itself through the 10 spheres. Chochmah, Bina, Das. You can recognize this as a godly quality. Shaharei, okay, we have 5 lines from the top. At the end, Shaharei, since that Hamadrei Yeshelamayla Me'atzilus, those madrigas that are above Atzilus, Harei Heim Bibchinas Stimos Vehelam L'Gami. The madrigas that are above Atzilus are completely concealed. they're all internal. There is not an expression in those madrigas of anything, of chesed, gvura, tiferet, of any kind of quality, not a worldly quality whatsoever. And therefore, by his havos de elomis, and therefore the creation of worlds, if worlds were to come from the high madrigas directly, hoya, it would have been loy bibchinas gilui oir. It would not be with a manner of gilui oir, of expression and revealing the oir. Revealing oir, that is due to atzilut, because atzilut has this breakup of different spheres. V'al zehu, his havos ha'atzilus. For this purpose, there is a creation of atzilus. Liyos gi bechinas gilui oir bo'elomes, so that there should be a gilui of oir in world. A few more words and then we'll stop and discuss it briefly. Gilui oir bo'elomes, so it should be a gilui of oir in world. V'hainu, which means to say, she'yokoiches elikim bo'elomes, that there should be divine koiches in world. World consists of various details, of various aspects, various qualities, various functions. That's what world is. A composite of untold number of different qualities. This composite could be exclusively worldly, and it can have a godly influence, impact. Like we say in our simple examples, a table, by worldly definition, purely worldly definition, is a board on four legs. It's not even a table. It's a structure that has a certain form that serves a certain purpose. A table, when we say it's a table, that already implies and infers and relates to a living soul aspect, an intelligent soul of a human being. As we said, a human being sits by a table not only in order to have a place to put his cup down, but because it is complementing him. It makes sense, it suits his psyche and his being to sit at a table. That's Gilui Oyer. This is not a worldly presence. This is a super worldly. It's a neshama presence. This inyan of combining, of bringing a super worldly aspect into the world, this is due to the stasos coming from Atzilus. Because that the spirit, the oil Eliki, was subdivided into various spheres, and oil Bekeli, it was made possible that should be revealed in world. And this was said, if not for Atzilus, there would be a world, but there'd be no Gilui Oyer. There was no Oyer, no godly impact, life to it. Like we said in the mochin, a structure of four legs on a board, just on the practical level, a worldly level, no any other inference. Atzilus is what facilitates the correlationship of a godly element and worldly. Because the madrigas that are above atzilut are completely concealed. And therefore, if these harvest of worlds would come from there, it would be without a giluyot. It would be without giluyot, no revelation of oyer, of involvement of Elokus. So that there be koiches elikim bo'elamis. We have 3 lines from the bottom of that ois. This is what Atzilus is about. We brought this in line to try and explain the pardes. But he says that Chochma Bina and also the Tzedek HaYelamis has to be something that Chochma Bina itself is also Tzedek HaYelamis, not because of the effect on Midas. And in the explanation with us is we started pointing out that Atzilus in general is for the sake of allowing of Gili Oyer of Elokus in world. Okay. Omnam. 3 lines from the bottom of the Yois. Omnam, however, within this principle that there should be koiches elikim in world, yesh beis inyan, there are 2 principles. One is his pilus elikim, the effect, the being emotionally affected by a godly element, and there's also the hasoga elikis, and a comprehension of elikus. His pilus eliki, this is the midas element, and the hasoga eliki, this is the chochma bina element. And the Rebbe explains specifically the mehamid is hoel yoinis, where from the midas above the midas of atzilus, nase his spoilus elikibo elu. This has the effect of making elikus a spoilus elikish, an experience, a godly experience in the world. From the chochma bina, and then from the chochma bina nimto hasogas elikis, hasogas elikis. And for Chochma Bina of Atzilus came forth in the world Hasoga Elikis, a godly comprehension. Therefore, this Chochma Bina actually complements world. It has reached a part of the structure of the world. And therefore this explains Chochma Bina for the sake of world. I'll skip the parentheses for a moment to keep a track. This is the pshat that Chochma Bina is at the end of this line. Big day, it is in order in order that in world there should be a knowledge and hasoga lekis in world. This is why we say that Atzilus is as Chochma Bina is for the sake of world. This Chochma Bina itself, not its effect on other aspects in the world, on midas and so forth. Now going back to the parentheses, Hagam, although that it still holds true, Sheshayochim, that Chochma Bina applicable, Gam im lehoyo elos, even if there were no words, it is still applicable that there should be Chochma Bina, not like in midas, that midas do not exist but for the fact that they have a function in the world. Chokhmah Bina could have a function, could have a presence even without worlds. Nonetheless, there is also the union in Chokhmah Bina that is actually for sake of worlds per se. This big day, that in the world there should be also a knowledge and a comprehension of Lakus. As we explained also already earlier. Okay, let that be. So we somehow plow through this. Okay. I don't see any great excitement, but